Hello everyone, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2, and today I have a quick flip through for you. This journal will be for sale in our Etsy shop, so I'll leave the link for that down below. So what we have here is a hardcover junk journal with a sewing theme. So the cover is hard, as I just mentioned. It's fabric wrapped, and there are a lot of vintage items here that I just collaged on the front. 2.5-inch spine here, and then the back, I put some patchwork on there with a little bit of rickrack. So it's 6 by 9. This tassel is removable. It's just made out of silk and ribbons and different fibers, and I put it on a bulldog clip so you can just take that right off if you care to. So I'm looking at this in my view screen, and I'm seeing that this journal looks like it has mint green on it. So wherever, and it's not mint green, although that looks kind of pretty. I sort of like that, but it's not. It's like a turquoise blue. So wherever you're seeing the mint color, like here and the zipper, the entire zipper, and these flowers up here, that is actually a turquoise blue. So I'm not sure when I upload it how it'll look, but for now, as I'm looking at it through my viewfinder, it is coming across as green, and it is definitely sort of a bright turquoise blue. So I just thought I'd mention that. I don't understand how that works, but hopefully it'll come out as the true color in the video. All right, so I used, there's a vintage 1972 sewing book, and I've used some pages from that, and this is one of the pages on the inside of the front cover. And so I made a big tuck here. This is just a fold-out sheet. All the pages are coffee stained or some kind of a dye stain. This is sari silk stitched on there, and this is a gingham fabric, as you can see. So this is just collaged up. I made this into a pocket, so there's a large tag there, and there's a charm hanging down from the tag. So this one is a ruler or measuring tape. I also put in a fold-out sheet in here. And what I did was I just tucked it in the pocket and then let it hang over so that it decorated the other side as well. Lots of stitching on here, as you would expect for a sewing journal. So I do have some lace tabs up here. This is antique Norwegian lace. I used digital kit from Vectoria Designs, and just a beautiful, beautiful sewing kit. So some of the pages and a lot of the ephemera are from her kit, almost entirely. So here's a tag. This is a Tim Holtz stamp, and I just painted and collaged that on. Some ephemera. This is the vintage sewing page. Here's a tuck spot. This is antique Norwegian lace here. I made a little booklet and just put all kinds of little papers in there. This page has a fold out, so that's just hinged right on there. This is the Tim Holtz slotted die, and I put lots of little things inside. There are tickets and ephemera pieces and a tag. This is a collaged index card. I put some eyelash trim here, stencil, large pocket, a little snippet down here. This is some dyed, distress stained dyed lace paper that I made. The center of the first signature. A couple things tucked in there. I'm trying not to say the word little because I know I've said it like 5 times already. Sari silk stitched here. Here's a file folder looking pocket, and I put a folded sheet in there. Made another little, another booklet, and tuck that in that pocket. This is a repurposed business envelope, and I collaged a tag. Tuck that right in. It actually has, I left it open in the back too, so it has a spot for something else to be tucked in. And I made sure the lovely lady sewing, oh, there's a lot of glare, so let me hold that up. So there's a beautiful older lady sewing, and so that gets, of course, put where you can see it in the pocket. So this is from that 1972 sewing book. So I collaged this page up a little bit and did some stitching on there. Tuck spot. Lace stained paper. Made this into a triple pocket tuck spot area. And this large pocket at the back of the signature has a couple of bigger size tags. And there is some decorative stitching on each of these larger tags. Some collaging. And once again, I made that into a pocket. And this charm is a sewing machine, an antique sewing machine. And I did the same thing here, where this is a fold-out sheet, and I just tucked it in and put it over the page. This has just a tiny snippet. This little pocket has a snippet on it. Also, I had ribbon that had vintage sewing illustrations, sewing pattern illustrations, and I made this into kind of a tall tag, tall thin tag, narrow. Just stitched the ribbon right onto a piece of cardstock. Some things tucked in. This is an envelope I made into a tuck area. And this was paper from Joann Fabrics in their little vintage sewing section, and I coffee stained it to look old, so that just gets tucked in there. Not sure. There we go. This was a ribbon that I purchased, so it was already gathered like that, and I stitched that on the page. This is just clipped onto the page. Collaged tag. This is from a napkin. Doily. This is a vintage rickrack wrapper, and I glued it directly on the page, and then you can write on it. There's a little secret writing spot in there, and to keep it closed, just to make sure it keeps closed, I put a clip there. Okay, this fell out. Oh, here we go. These tickets are a tuck spot, and those get tucked right in there. This is stained tracing paper. I made these ephemera pieces into a tuck spot, and I have some vintage writing paper, notebook paper. Another collaged tag. Used my, this is Tim Holtz, it looks like label maker letters, so I just made the word stitch on there. More lace stained paper, vintage book page. This is an envelope I just made into a double tuck spot, and I kept the flaps, even though this turns out to be open. I kept the flaps there. I just like the look of that. So you can definitely glue the flaps down if you want, because it does come out the side. So here's a collaged index card and an ephemera card made into a tag. All right, a couple things clipped onto this short page. The other side of the stained paper. This is antique Norwegian lace with a collaged lace tag on there. There are a couple larger pieces in here, collage tags. Or tag, I should say. No, I shouldn't say two. There's a little snippet, some tickets. That's the flap of the envelope that was on the other side. Some stenciling. This is a fold-out page here. Lots of sewing and collaging. This is the back of the book. Last signature, and so I made these bigger tags on there too. I had fun playing with my decorative stitching on my sewing machine. All right, and then the back cover I attached, this is tied with sari silk, and I attached a fold out. And so it just opens like this, and there are four pages on this part of the flip out. So I've just made tuck spots and pockets. Another like torn tuck spot with papers, and this is a CD sleeve that I stained, and then it has an image that it's collaged on one side, and it's a beautiful image. Oh, these images are from Mrs. Cogs Crafts. So I'll leave the link for Vectoria Designs and Mrs. Cogs Crafts down below. So, and then these are double-sided. So this side has 3 pages. Little double pocket tuck spot. I was just checking to see if I left those open. I did not. That would have been a good idea. All right, here's a collaged up pocket. These are just clipped on, and I made this sort of into a bookmark. I put it on heavy cardstock, so it's kind of like a bookmark, just a tall tag. All right, and then this folds back up, and it just gets tied shut so that it does not flip open. And then the book that's the book. And I dropped the tassel, but it's still here. And it just attaches onto the spine. Like that. So it's a hidden spine. As you probably noticed, there are no signature strings on the outside. Okay, that is it for my turquoise and reddish. And it has a beautiful olive green too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that flip through. I'll leave all of the links down below where you can find us on social media. And of course the Etsy shop too. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this gave you some ideas, and take care everybody. Goodbye.